Am I the a-hole for cheating on my spouse?
What? Okay, go ahead and read it.
All right.
I haven't.
All right, y'all. We are back with another video. We took a little break last week, but now we are back. So one of the requests that we have been getting is for some relationship advice. Dante and I have been married for almost 6 years. It'll be 6 years in May. So we're not experts by any stretch of the imagination, but I feel like we have cultivated something really good here, and any insight that we have that has worked for us, we are willing to give. So we have 3 questions that have come about, and we are going to answer those for you guys. All right, so I'll start out. Okay, I will read this one. Am I the a-hole for cheating on my spouse?
What? Okay, go ahead and read it. I haven't.
They're referring to their spouse as dear spouse. Okay. So 10 years ago, I caught dear spouse cheating on me.
Oh.
Dear spouse said they didn't want a divorce and still does love me, but didn't find me attractive anymore and wanted an open marriage. Not having any family support aside from my dear spouse, and not having a job good enough to financially support myself, and already having terrible self-esteem, I agreed. Since then, dear spouses have 3 other partners that I'm aware of. One was an ongoing affair that lasted more than 2 years. I've had none. Not long ago, dear spouse was bragging to some friends about the situation, and from what I'm told, basically making fun of me for being so weak and spineless that I'd let them sleep around. One of these friends came to me after and offered that if I was interested in taking advantage of an open marriage, they were definitely interested.
I ain't gonna say what I want to say, but that's a dude gonna try to slide in the back door, like, hey, you know we ain't treating you right. I know you ain't happy. You know what I'm saying? I can give you the world, girl.
I talked to dear spouse about this, and dear spouse said that if I was interested, then I should go for it. So I did. Now dear spouse is mad at me. Says I cheated, I've ruined our life together and destroyed the trust. Told our kids, friends, and anyone that will listen that I've cheated and how I keep blaming dear spouse for cheating. Told the friends and co-workers that I don't want to be, that they don't want to be with me anymore, and the only reason they're still with me is because they don't want to share custody of the kids. I remember being hurt and angry when I caught dear spouse cheating 10 years ago, but I feel like this is a different situation. The understanding was that this was an open marriage, and that dear spouse, this was an open marriage that dear spouse asked for. Am I wrong here?
First off, they shouldn't even be together.
No.
After he cheated and you felt the way you felt about it, as far as he just diminished your whole hope, self-esteem and everything, the fact that he did that, automatically y'all should have left, because you're never going to be happy again, because you can't.
So you're automatically assuming that this was the man. Because in my mind...
She said 10 years ago he cheated on me.
No, it doesn't say he. It says dear spouse. I never said he or she. You in your mind pictured a man, like this was a man doing this. In my mind, and maybe it's because you're a man that you pictured that the man was cheating, because in my mind, I pictured that it was the woman.
So you think it's dudes? I can't generalize, but you think it was a man that, so, no.
I don't know. I know here's the thing. Regardless of if it's a man or a woman, that is irrelevant. The question is, am I wrong here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, yes. If I got cheated on, and I feel that the relationship is not reconcilable, and we can't go, we try therapy, in the event that I do decide to try to stick around and it's just not like working, like something here, it's just not, it ain't right. Yeah. I got to go.
So what you're saying is, 10 years ago, when they came to you and said, I cheated, that just would have been it.
That would have been it.
Yeah, same.
So,
same.
I mean,
that would have been it for me. I don't care to reconcile after cheating. That's just me. But To each their own. You know, I know people that their spouses cheated and they have reconciled and they've gone on and been on the straight and narrow and things have been great.
Yeah.
You know,
So, I mean,
that ain't for me.
I don't know. Opposed to having the open mind of them supposedly being in an actual.
No. One of them was in an open marriage.
Oh, well, see, that's
Neither,
different.
like, in
that's
order
different.
to have an open marriage,
It has to be mutual.
It has to be mutual. Like they said, they already don't have the support, the familial support that the spouse has. So they have that against them. Probably, obviously, finances is a thing. They don't make enough money to live by themselves. They have their children involved. There's all of these different factors that people who are in these situations on reasons why they stay. You know what I mean? Because it's like, well, what else am I going to do? Where else am I going to go? My thing is, at the end of the day, I get all of that and I get why you stayed. But if you are married, then it doesn't excuse you cheating.
Yeah.
I implore you, again, that was 10 years ago. You've had 10 years to get your stuff together, get you a degree. Hey, you get your nursing degree.
Get something.
Get something, okay? And get up out of this situation. That's what I would be doing, okay? Y'all ever seen, what was the movie with Julia Roberts? And she faked her death?
The only movie I know of Julia Roberts is Pretty Woman.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
But what movie was you talking about?
I can't think of the name. Sleeping with the Enemy, okay?
I've heard of that.
And Sleeping with the Enemy, it was a domestic abuse situation, and she faked her death to get away from him. She was
Domestic violence.
Domestic violence.
Oh.
So she was secretly getting swim lessons, okay, behind her husband's back. He knew she couldn't swim. They go on like this boat ride for the anniversary, and she falls off the boat, okay?
Wait. She faked her death to be with the dude?
No, she faked her death to get away from her abusive husband.
Ah.
You know what I mean? But this was like a year or two in the making of her preparing her great escape.
Who was her husband in the movie?
I don't remember.
Okay.
But I say all that to say, if Julia Roberts can get herself together and take them swimming lessons in private, then you can get your degree or you can do something with your life to get yourself up out of that situation, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. You wanna read this?
All right. All right, so the title of the next one is My Boyfriend is Breaking Up With Me in Less Than an Hour and I Don't Know What to Do Next. I wonder what type of what type of text that was. I'm on my way. I'm less than an hour out. I'm stuck in traffic. But just know when I get there.
You know what? It was probably we need to talk. Whenever somebody hit you with a cold, we need to talk.
Yeah.
You already know it ain't but a couple of things that's about to happen.
Yeah. So this is the girlfriend speaking. I've been dating my boyfriend for 2 years, almost 3 years. I know every relationship has its problems and we've had our fair share, but I'm 99% sure that he is breaking up with me today. I just want to stop this from happening. I really love this man and we've talked about our future multiple times. I should also mention he has broken up with me multiple times. The only one real breakup happened where we actually spent time apart and it lasted for more than 24 hours. That ain't a breakup.
Right.
You gotta at least give it a week and a half.
Yeah.
Enough time for him to meet somebody else.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They got mad. They got mad and they talked to
They
each
had a
other for 24
disagreement.
hours. Exactly.
A disagreement. That's it. The main issue we have been having is he wanted space for himself and felt like he could never ask for it without causing a fight. I feel like we would talk about it and express how we felt about each perspective, and it would resolve. Yes, that hasn't been the case. See, she's smothering him. That's what it is.
That's
This boy
exactly
just want to
what
be able to
that
go
is.
sit out on the porch on his own.
I got some thoughts.
No, I know.
But I'll let you keep going.
I know you do. We have been having a rocky week, and after he moved somewhere that's about 30 minutes away from where I live.
He trying to get away.
He should have went like an hour. I felt like I've been continuously blown off and have our plans for the night canceled last minute. Anytime we've hung out, it's never been just the two of us. This morning, I made the mistake of asking if he was happy with us, and he said he wasn't, We text back and forth until he finally said, you know what I'm gonna say, but I need to say it in person. He said he wants to talk after I get off of work. Parts of me wants to stop the breakup. The other is just plain blindsided. How do I prevent my boyfriend from breaking up with me again?
Girl, you can't.
Nah, this is over.
Okay, honestly, it's been over. Okay,
Yeah,
he's been checked out.
He's just finally.
My man said, I got to go. He moved 30 minutes away from you because you so smothered. Just so he could breathe by himself.
Exactly.
Okay? You doing way, way, way too much. You can't stop this from happening.
Nah, he gone.
Ain't no preventing it. And to be honest, you need to take this word to the wise. You don't ever stop no man from doing what he gonna do.
Yeah. At the
Okay?
end of the day, he gotta want to change. And
Exactly.
it ain't even necessarily. It don't even look like he's just changing. You just on him. You riding him like.
This was
gotta
the
breathe.
telltale for me.
He got to breathe.
It says the main issues we've been having is
Is
him
him
wanting
wanting
space for
space.
himself and feeling like he could never ask for it without causing a fight. To me, that means if he's like, oh, I want to go out with my boys. You know what I mean? So-and-so's coming in town and I want to hang out with them for the night. And then it's a thing of like, oh, if that's what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Or like you're guilt tripping him. I'm not saying that this is what you're doing, but I'm saying that from this is what I'm thinking. Okay? And then when you say that it would resolve itself, but I guess that hasn't been the case. My thinking is that he would just go along with it because he don't want to ruffle no feathers, but it's not resolved with him. He still wanted to go and do those things. He still wanted to go on the guy's trip. He still wanted to go hiking by himself or do anything by himself. And it was always an issue with you. You have attached yourself to him in a way that your identity is sewn into his.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have your own. He can't be himself and you don't even know how to be yourself without him. Yeah. So this, I feel like, is a very healthy thing that's happening. I feel like you need to let it happen. And you need to give him space. Do not chase this man after he's already drawn the line in the sand and said, like, look, you already know what I'm about to say.
I think that she can. It could possibly be saved, but that's your answer. Like, you pretty much just gave her the answer right there. In most cases,
what do you mean it could be saved?
Mentally, first she has to explain and automatically show that this is a problem that she has, an insecurity for whatever reason it is, and explain to him that she will give him his space moving forward. And give him time to himself.
This,
you know what I'm saying?
Is an ongoing issue. It says this has been the main issue of the relationship. They've been together for almost 3 years.
Understandable.
This is a repeat thing. This is not something that she does not know is the issue.
Right.
The problem is her inability to let him do things by himself.
So she has to give more space. That's the answer. In order for you to keep your relationship, you have to trust in this man.
You can't keep your relationship. It's a wrap. It's over. You need to go to therapy and you need to search within to figure out what type of attachment issues you have, because you could have abandonment issues. You could have a lot of things going on inside. And you have no idea why you cling to your boyfriend like you do. You know what I mean? You can't help that you do that because you're not seeking why you are the way that you are. So that's what I would implore you to do. Instead of trying to attach yourself to him and to just stay comfortable, because he's being your crutch right now. He's your safe space. And you need to learn how to be okay by yourself without anybody before you step into anything else. Because the thing is, cycles like this just repeat themselves.
Well, I feel like it's like a Mary J. Blige song or something that would cover this.
Next question, because you about to piss me off. Every time my husband farts, I contemplate divorce. Girl, same. I have ADHD and I'm autistic, and I struggle heavily with smells, particularly anything that stinks. Yep. If I smell something that stinks, I am instantly irate for the entire time that I smell it. My husband is a gassy human, just full of it. He doesn't help that he loads up with cheese and beans.
Hey, that's his issue right there.
And everything else that contributes to the nonsense.
Hitting on all cylinders.
I promise I have never once smelled anything as god awful as this man's gas. Each and every time he farts, I am infuriated. And in my head, I'm like, I can't do this. I am not supposed to be suffering this much in my marriage.
Nah, she doing a lot, man.
It's not 2 or 3 farts either. No, I'm talking several an hour. And even in his sleep.
Better go to sleep before him.
He's soundly asleep next to me now as I have my shirt, a pillow, and a blanket covering my nose because his farts moonlight as assassins. His farts moonlight as assassins in his sleep. I had no time to prepare for the smell before it hits. I love this man with every fiber of my being, but I have mapped out just how I do it. How I would do it if I just so happen to snap one day after he farts. What do I do?
I mean, I don't know how to respond to that.
You
I
don't know how to
what you want me
respond
say.
to this
Hey, I don't know what you want me to
because
say.
this is you, okay?
This ain't me.
This is 1,000% you. You are the gassiest human being that I've ever met. All I'm going to say is, girl, ain't nothing you can do about it, okay? Only thing you can do, if you cook, you can adjust like the food that you make. I don't make any beans. If I do make beans, I eat them before he sees that I made beans. Because it's just, I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with what beans does to his system. I don't want to deal with what dairy does to his system.
I honestly think I'm lactose intolerant.
You are lactose intolerant, but the majority of human
so.
beings are lactose intolerant. So that's not surprising. I think it's like 88% of humans are lactose
That ain't gonna
intolerant.
stop me though.
It's not going to stop you. And I know that.
Nope.
So some things we just have to accept for what they are. He is gassy. He's going to stink a lot.
And at the end of the day, it all boiled down to what you wouldn't have put up with. Like at the end of the day, she thinks allegedly I'm gassy or whatever. But
Not allegedly. You are. And you know
she
you
ain't
are.
going nowhere.
And you
Not-
know you
not
are.
over a
I'm
little
not.
bit of gas.
I'm not. I would never divorce you over gas.
No.
Never. Like, even if it was like a medical thing where you just couldn't stop farting.
How you know it ain't a medical thing?
It's not.
I just ain't gone
It's
to the
not.
doctors for it.
Well, you know what? Then you need to.
Why?
Matter of fact, I'll make you an appointment.
I don't need
Thank you
I
so much
don't
for
need
saying
you.
that. I guess we'll have to talk to the doctor now that you've brought it to my attention that this could be medical. So you can talk to his doctor and then see what options that they have for him, you know?
So those are the questions that we have for you guys. If you like this video and everything, as always, please like, subscribe, and actually comment on the questions that we had and everything. We would like to definitely hear from you guys, see your perspective on the things.
Yeah.
Especially that first question. I swear up and down, I'm telling you, the dude was the one cheating 10 years ago.
We'll see.
And then she stuck around.
We're not going to see, but I would be interested.
Tell me
see,
what y'all think.
To see what people
Tell me what
thought as
y'all
well.
think.
All right, y'all.
All right.
And we'll see you next week.
Peace.
Bye.